Hey guys, welcome into the TexAgs Rewind. I'm Kaylee Dreyer, and I'm here with Maria Griglione.
The TexAgs Rewind is presented by Specs, 4-time National Retailer of the Year, and we are here in the Rollo Insurance Studio.
Today on the show, we had Billy Liucci, Michael Earley, Bronny, and OB. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was Coach Earley and Bronny today. I just liked what they had to say. What about you?
My favorite part was OB. Really funny. Check it out.
It was heinous. I don't know what other way.
And take away the H.
Well, it was all that. Meanwhile, I saw a softball team get up like 6-0.
Thank you.
And just keep bombing and just keep at it, going for the throat. There is something.
The jugular.
There is something, some kind of innate quality that those softball players demonstrated that the baseball players just didn't. You know, they got up 6-1. It's like they went on vacation.
Look, I'm going
for the rest of the weekend.
I'm going to say this about baseball, then we need to get to softball. Okay, well, and look, you can call us about baseball. You can get mad. You can celebrate softball. This season, thank you, softball. Thank you, women's tennis. Thank you, men's tennis. Like, thank you for the good parts, because it feels like this calendar school year, has been one of the worst. Definitely since I've been here, but just it has sucked.
It's been.
I want to. Tourette's here.
Yeah. I want to say this.
Oh, you can say it.
Okay. I follow on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, a lot of the parents of players and former players. And I enjoy it because a lot of times they have really good stuff to add.
Yeah.
However, then there's been this, hey, it's harder than you think it is.
Maybe.
And, of course it's hard. You don't try to win, you don't celebrate winning because it's easy.
No.
And you don't get in the SEC if you want it easy. But then some are start lashing out at the fans for lashing out. Now, wait a minute. Last I heard, these guys are now getting paid. On top of their scholarships, they get this opportunity to, no, I'm not done. They get this opportunity to represent this university. Now they're getting money and all the other things that come with it. And the universities now are coming to fans and not, hey, I want you to give more money. I want you to do this. We're going to raise your ticket prices, but we want your support. But when things go bad, you don't have, as a fan, shut the hell up. We don't want you reacting. You just be a good boy and sit in the stands and give your money and don't say a damn thing when things are going wrong. I think that's wrong. I think the fans have a right to be angry.
How do you start things off? How do you process what happened this past weekend and balance it with what's still ahead with Georgia and the SEC tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. I mean, the game of baseball is such a game of failure, and it's really easy to forget when things are going well. And what we put on the field for 3 games, I don't think is representative of the ball club's talent or where we need to be at this time of year. And ultimately, that's my fault. And they have heart, they have fight, and I believe you'll see it in Georgia and into the postseason. So, we're going to regroup. We have work to do, and nothing worth having comes easy, and that's going to be the mindset. And we're going to keep fighting, and our guys will be fired up and ready to play this weekend. But yeah, I mean, this weekend was tough for sure. It was. I'm a little perplexed, to be honest with you, and yeah, we got to get it cleaned up.
Coach, you go through the first 3 innings on Friday night, and to me, it felt like you guys went in with a plan of like, hey, it's going to be a heavy north wind weekend. Ball's not going to fly. Let's kind of be above the plane. Let's be on the baseball. It seemed like the approach was to hit the ball that kind of hard and down, and then the ball starts flying out of the yard. Do you think that the image of the ball leaving the ballpark on Friday may have changed some mentalities at the dish going through the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, it certainly looked like it. It's tough. I mean, it felt like that for sure. And that, we kept reminding them, like, I think it was, honestly, there was like a 25, 30-minute period where the wind stopped. They hit 1 and we hit 3. And, I just think guys kind of got out of their plan a little bit. I think we we didn't keep our foot on the gas, and we had a great inning of home runs, but there's other ways to win and extend the lead. And while we didn't pitch it well in the last inning, we had how many innings did we go? 6 innings without scoring a run and a chance to extend the game. So it's like we got outside of our approach and never got back into it.
For lack of a better word,
you've been swept 4 times. You got swept by your most hated rival at its highest boiling point ever.
Yep.
And then you get swept at home by the worst ball club
in the
SEC. And when you look at the numbers, it's startling. And it's something I was saying on the broadcast with Monaco, and then it's something that I tweeted out yesterday, was like sometimes in baseball, the numbers don't always tell the story.
Yep.
Because it's a funny game, and I think I don't need to dive into explaining what that means. But sometimes you can look at the box score and go, okay, that really doesn't tell the story of what happened in this game. On the flip side, this past weekend, those numbers painted a very, very clear picture of what happened on the field. And Missouri, who came into the weekend 0-24, from the third inning on Friday night on, they won the series 22-2. They had double-digit hits Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Over the course of the final 24 innings,
6 hits.
Texas A&M had 6 hits. And
how many earned runs? 1.
The Sorrell homer yesterday.
That's it.
And they didn't have a hit on Saturday until the 6th inning. And they didn't have a hit yesterday until the 4th inning. And then that was the only hit outside of a Hayden shot flare to center field. So even the hit totals were low, right? But take them out. Take Mizzou's out too. And look at the quality of contact between the two clubs. One of those teams on the field this weekend looked like they were fighting for their postseason lives. The other one looked like they were 0-24.
Why?
That's the perplexing thing.
Yeah.
And I think that was the word Coach Earley used twice, is I'm a little perplexed. I am too. Like, it's hard to fathom. I've been around this game a lot. I've watched, and I've been fortunate to watch a lot of baseball with guys that I believe are elite baseball minds. I've picked brains of high-level coaches, and I'm always talking to scouts and just people that they're baseball people to their core, real baseball people. And it's hard for anybody to figure out what happened and wrap their brain around how we saw this team, beat LSU, beat Tennessee, beat Arkansas, be just right there on the edge with Texas, and you come up short 3 times to what we just saw this weekend.
You're at home. That's a damn wake-up call. It's an inexcusable loss, but you need to recover. Basically what just happened, and it was bad, is you really went from needing to win no games in Athens to now all of a sudden you got to finish out this series and you got to go win 2 in Athens. It felt like a 2-game swing. And it really screwed you, but it wasn't unrecoverable. And well, how can they win in Athens? Well, because they won in Knoxville, they won in Fayetteville, they beat LSU. They played Texas in 3 one-run games. They could go to Athens and win 2. It wasn't the end of the world, even though it felt like it Friday night. What happened the next 2 days and their inability to recover. And so in the 3 games in totality, I heard you say it was a quad 4 loss. It was not. It was a quad 4 sweep. It was unheard of. This is Wofford coming into Reed Arena and beating A&M 3 days in a row. It was, App State coming to Kyle Field, beating them 3 weeks in a row.
Yep.
But not even, because Wofford is one of those Southern Conference teams that when they have shooters and stuff, you don't really want to schedule them around Christmas time, because those type teams can upset you in the middle of the year, in the dead time of year. They can be in the March Madness. App State is a respected G5. We're several years into the Jimbo era at that point, and it was shaky. You didn't know what Haynes King could do yet. We didn't find that out, unfortunately, until he went to another program. He's doing great and couldn't be happier for him or his dad. But at that time, you didn't know that Haynes, it wasn't like you had a proven Cade Klubnik going in there and all of a sudden, man, what just happened?
Right.
You knew that that, man, this is dangerous. Missouri is 0-24, man. It is the most shocking result for me since I've been covering A&M athletics. Blowing that big lead at UCLA, 77-0 at OU. Coach Fran, first year with that team, they were not good. They weren't supposed to be good. OU was a wagon under Bob Stoops at that time. 77, midway through the third quarter, ridiculous. But you knew that team was infinitely better, and they were going to pummel A&M that day. UCLA, A&M, again, that was someone's last year. There wasn't a ton of hype around the Aggie team. There was a lot, that still wasn't proven. And it was, again, like the comeback was shocking, losing on the road at UCLA to Josh Rosen and them. Some people picked UCLA to win that game. They were 0-24. They were all that stood between you and reaching the tournament when all hope seemed lost. And you didn't just lose a game. You got swept. And as the weekend went on, just in the nicest way you could say it is they got their asses kicked.
Maria, tell them what to do.
Okay, guys, you're going to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you go comment or text, say congratulations to Kaylee for graduating. See y'all next time. Bye.